Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. Last time I got the Blum, which produces algae, and I got the Shatterflox, which produces glass, if you give it Abyssalite. That's two of the three new critter morphs that Clay has released. The other type is I don't know why I have the Gassy Moo selected. There's the Husky Moo, which is the new one. So I'm going to have a goal of trying to get that. I'm going to be live streaming that today, and this is my highlights of that process. So I'm thinking one way of getting the Moo is going out in space, but with Printerceptor, I think that changes things. Let's start by, I think I had this activated. I did. Okay, we've got 24. I can intercept a charge from the printing pod, so I'm going to start with that. Apparently I need 3 of those. So there's the first one. I've got 24 stored banks. So there's probably going to be, there's one. Grab a bunch of these. And at least that'll give us the first object. I'm thinking I'm going to both need the egg from the Gassy Moo, as well as the food source. Probably get the food source first. I think in my mind, we'll start growing the food, then we'll bring the critter in. But that should be enough. The data banks, I think I need 25, and we'll need 2 more of these charged up. I did see that there was an update yesterday. I'm wondering, first of all, if that fixes the auto sweeper issue I was having. Give that a quick test. Alright, see that eggs have been piling up in here, causing cramness. This wasn't working last time, but now, if I specify eggs... Aha! Nice! Okay, that is nice to get working. They're being dropped off over here and then being stocked into here until we get 10 of those. So we're getting another charge. Looking at the Gassy Moo, I was planning on feeding them gas grass, which has to be actually it's a wide temperature range. Consumes dirt, but also chlorine. I think I just seen that I've got a chlorine source, so that's a possibility, but maybe it's more interesting due to the plant house. That's going to save me having to print this twice, because I was going to get their food source and then plant the critter, but maybe let's just directly get the critter. Okay, this is perfect. I've got a bunch of skills. A chef who's concentrating on farming and cooking. I want them to get the ability to do plant husks. So now chef has that. I'll assign the other skills here. But what I should also do is discourage anyone from doing farming except for chef. That way, if chef is going to do any farming of these bristle blossoms, they'll create some husk for us, which is necessary for food. That's nice. So here is a little bit of meal wood. More interested in seeing if we can get husks from that. Just double check that that's actually one of the plants that produces husks. I think it is. Yep. Alright, well, with the printed pod set up, let's go in here. See if this works. We'll intercept charge. Only 3 data banks away from being able to use this twice. But maybe I only need to actually use it once. This is what I'm thinking. First of all. Okay. Let's find out if this critter is actually... Maybe the critter's not there. Oh, maybe it's not. Okay. Let me do... You can do shovel. That's a bit... Oh, but that actually sometimes is in one of the asteroids you start with. We might be doing a space mission for this then, which may make this more than 1 day activity, but... Okay, so I can get gas grass seed, but the actual gas moo, we're gonna have to get differently than it. Oh, and I think that's the type that you don't have eggs. Oh, that's why. It's been a while since I worked with Gassy Moo. Decided I'm going to at least use this. We'll get a pip bag. Alright, so it just says success there. So should be able to use that. Though we'll need more data banks if we want to get more. So opening up a path like this to get the space. Just going to get this area to be as efficient as possible, but I think I'm quite lucky in the sense that we don't have to go through a frozen area. So let's go down here, and if we're going to go out in space, we are going to need to do astronomy, piloting, but we're going to need a lot of microchips. We don't have a lot, so we'll just up the sleeping schedule for the bionics for the next bit. So let's do durable life support. Okay, so put in hydrogen pump. Need some power to that. Water's starting to load into here. Maybe we'll just take that and copy that over there. I've been burned by accidentally selecting. Okay, now it says too much liquid. I think that's over the 200 mark. Had that lower and accidentally done wide mopping, so let's not let that happen. That's good. Oh, and I think we have an actual problem. Well, we just got to cycle 100. Nearly digging out in space for the first time. Just occurs to me that miner's not doing that because they prioritize on digging, but they'll get... Oh, there they go. And we are out in space. So we are on the manual generator because hydrogen is so low. Most likely because of all trying to prepare for space, we're powering up more batteries. So we're going to go into this little zone here. Dump some liquid or liquid airlock and grab this hydrogen. So now we're bringing oxygen line up to the top. Get an enclosed telescope. And then from the Printerceptor, we're getting a Saturn critter trap. So now we've got this guy set up. Just need to go up above, let's say 555, sure. We'll have a new source of power. So now we've got some hydrogen. So that'll keep the lights of everything going on for a little bit. Okay, well, we have our telescope. I believe all that's left to be done is tell scientists to get the piloting astronomy. Did I not order that? Power banks. We're getting a lot of those piled up. More power. Let's maybe enable that. And I'll make sure we get an astronomy booster. So there's the astronomy booster, giving that to scientists. Let's see if the bioactives prefer taking their oxygen this way. Let's see, I think the value is 200, I guess. It's building a liquid airlock here. So I want to go in a vacuum because I don't want the pip to take damage. I recognize that. I'm just I wonder if the pip I put in here melted from being smacked by these rad bolts. That may have been a terrible place. Okay. Put in farming instead of wild versions for this. better detect the pressure. Almost made the critter there, but they have to wait. Apparently, builder didn't want to complete that. Okay, standard critter to the rescue. Now we have a critter in the Saturn critter trap. Bring a little bit of water on top of this. Don't need too much. It's just to limit the polluted air. Deal with hydrogen that's been accumulating up here. Just taking a note that we've got some husks here, which is great. But it's going to take us longer to get that moo, so I don't think we really need to push that anymore. But we'll keep husks around. And we're going to get some micro mushers in our kitchen now. So we've selected this location for sleet wheat. We will get some berry sludge. I'm going to start producing that after. Oh, and we see some hydrogen in there. I'm just waiting for more of that to accumulate. We can take advantage of that. Oh wait, and are we ready for something else? Let's get another Saturn critter trap. Bring that up here. Or actually it's just being planted, never mind. So setting up our line for sleet wheat. Connecting into here, just making sure again that we're going to be consuming hydrogen from the actual base first. So this liquid going around just need to have the appropriate temperature. Let's say 2 degrees. If you're right now, we're technically, I think we want the other way around. I think we're at the point where I can try growing some of this. So we've got the auto sweeper that can access that's loading in the dirt. We've got water being loaded in here. So this is our power. And this is part of our food system. Now that we've got those planted, I'm going to give the command to do berry sludge. Hopefully have some food that we actually don't have to have in the fridge, because berry sludge doesn't go bad. Alright, so with all the food situation improved, let's go back to this plan of a little nuclear power plant. Virtual planetarium being put in. Put in some data banks over here. So this is for our 2 Draco stables. We can ensure we'll have lots of reed fiber and plastics gonna go. So yeah, just thinking a second one of these guys. Gonna make sure that one of these needs to be empty. Will be okay. We've got bristle blossom growing, just waiting for a pinch of pepper nuts to get a little bit warmer, but we've got a warming line for them. Oh yeah, what I think I probably, just to keep it simple, just put in that manual generator, warm this up until it gets the right temperature. And now we're going to take in some of that hydrogen that we've been collecting from these guys. Maybe try to get another Saturn critter trap in a little bit. This is interesting. I've got 118 stored data banks, But what happens if I want to get them out? Disable auto repair, disable disinfect, disable building. I guess I could disable the building. That way any new databanks won't be going in here. It's probably the right thing to do. Unless there's some way to say, I don't think there is, to bump them out. So I want to have those for research now that we've got virtual planetarium. This is going to be my first time disabling this with the purpose of... Oh, they were picking up. Here we go. Okay, so now it's closed. Building disabled. That way we don't send any more databanks in here. Instead, we'll save them for research. And I guess I can just print in... Oh, we're getting Pacus. Alright, Sleet Wheat Farm is down. Got to figure out a way to get rid of that hydrogen. So we'll insulate and have a hydrogen pump here. And another hydrogen pump over here. Just as the final touch. Just vent in a little bit of oxygen. Hydrogen's starting to fill up down here nicely. Okay, so we will store some coal here for our Clin. So there's refined carbon production going on. And we'll maybe see about creating some more steel. There is our Atmos suits. Now with the bionic dupes not allowed in here. The store locked. Don't want to see dupes going up here. Oh, come on. Get out of there. There we go. Got too excited. I thought the this was broken again. I realized this auto sweeper can actually access that egg. So let's do one of those over there and that should fix that. We've got this stable all set up. All we need to do is just wait for oxygen to get in here. And we've got this all cleared out for nuclear power, or miniature one anyway. So next, working on a carbon dioxide engine and the pipe that's going to go up here. So I think I'm going to start with our rocket plan. We'll bring in a line for oxygen so we can do some initial load of that. Just a little refactor in here to try to save amount of auto sweeper. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 instead of 4. Decided we're gonna have some phyto oil production going in here, complete with our lubrication station. Okay, so we're going to store phosphorate in here. Wait a minute, is that what the input this is? Yeah, good. Do egg collection so we can take the eggs, have them thrown out over here. Let's put this in, realizing causing a loop where some of the dupes could exit without their okay, you're not supposed to be allowed in here. Oh, scientist, please. Oh. All right, Linux, you're not allowed in this direction, because I don't want them to go in here, take their suit off. And let's try that again. So just planning a line that goes from here all the way to the rocket to load in some phyto oil. I think I'm now going to send ecologist over to this asteroid to have a look. So I want to get some crude oil for one. Oh, let them teleport. Cold spots in here. Doing a little preparation of our teleportation equipment. We'll activate it. And maybe get some crude oil and lead from here. Trying to debug why this egg is not making its way down there. If I did that. No, if I did that. Oh. That's not good. Wonder if I'll have to do that for now. Hopefully. Fire pole for efficiency, nature reserve, great hall for the morale, and latrine. Do we have any clean water? We do have some clean water. We'll go up there so we can fill in our wash basin. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with a phyto oil plan. Load that inside this rocket. And then over on this asteroid, relocating some water. Let's just make sure that we've got this building powered up as well. We'll see if the phyto oil that's stored here, plus the pipes, the gunk extractor, maybe this will support a bionic dupe just enough. Oh, right. And for the decor. Let's end morale. We'll switch this to gold. And the phyto oil finally coming in. So we dried off this equipment. So if we have batteries landing, it won't be so bad. So to prepare this area for bionic dupe, which I think is going to be a little bit more efficient, send phyto oil from here. And on this asteroid, phyto oil line will connect in right there. Maybe make these higher priority. Let's see if we can mine a little bit more slime. Quick mission for scientist. So enable teleportation equipment. Starting with down here. So that's going to allow me to send batteries. Send phyto oil. I think phyto oil is already queued up. Nice. And the other thing is being able to send stuff back. Such as the empty eco power banks. Awesome. That will do for now, scientist. Probably get miner to get over here to do some digging. Just realized there was another dupe that I printed recently I wasn't even aware of. Now we've got miner on this asteroid. Actually, we've got some stuff without even going to oil biome directly in there. But we can gather lead, crude oil, fossil. So just running, oh crud. Maybe I should try to fill this in quick. But yeah, we'll have a line to be able to send stuff up from down here. Here's a little bit of gunk coming from the other asteroid. Fossil now making its way over. And we'll see about fossil line production. Crude oil making its way up too. So yeah, just preparing to get out of here, but I want to keep the power going so we can return all this stuff to the homeworld. So we'll have a hydrogen line going in to be able to do that. I'll do a disconnect hydrogen, but that's easy. Okay, I was thinking of getting access to power down here. I don't know why I did not do that a long time ago. But that's not the issue. The issue is I'm finding this door right here says standard dupes. But for some reason, Standard dupes are allowed to go through, even though clearly they should not be going left through that door. Oh. Oh. Never mind. Never mind. Just before we abandon this world, we'll do a telescope analysis. Might send scientists over to finish that up. Ah. Okay, I've got teleportation. I cannot get... Nah. I think I just lost 2 bionics. Ah. Yep. I was fighting with trying to send boosters and I don't know why. But this booster right here, which is at priority 7, will not go into this. I think there's just still issues with the auto sweepers. I don't think there's anything I could do. And if I had a printing pot, that may be it. I might go back in this case because that's just too much. All right, just a little bit of rollback. Refreshing neat power banks over on this asteroid. And knock that over so we can look at a telescope before we get out of here. And we've got scientists here waiting for the dupes to go back. Just completing this analysis. Just curious what is in this spot right here. And this is just a little artifact. Okay, fair enough. Just got one more bionic dupe left. Someone could send in the last batteries that I'm going to need there. Alright, so they've got enough batteries to survive until this teleporter has been reset. Working on a heavy watt wire line that's going to go up between here and our heavy watt wire line over here. Well, over cycle is 200, and I haven't really need to do any cooling other than maybe just having a bunch of cold liquid fall on my base once or twice. Now we are into the berry sludge production. So insulated line for petroleum. So making sure we get as much operating skill for builder before they go up in the air. I think this is the first time I have sent a dupe up in the rocket since this UI has changed. So let's see how this goes. Oh, forgot. We're not going to go very far unless we have someone that can pilot. So make sure we do that. It's builder. You put that in. There we go. Okay, so we got our crew. Set to crew only. Crew, okay, it shows you how many are in there of the crew. And, oh, I like that. We got a little green set to public access. Don't want that because we want to take off. Set destination. We just want to go one square away there. Any rocket, we're not going to a rocket. Set round. Oh, cool. This is a one-way thing, but that's neat. That is actually really neat. We're gonna give that a try at some point. Add mod. Okay, so we're not building or constructing. We're not going inside of it. And we will take off. This will give us the ability to make data banks. So builder, your schedule might have a dedicated schedule here for builder who doesn't rest. Put miner up here. And let's just watch this go down. Now the only thing is, I do have to watch. I did not put in a lot of eco power banks, so it's not going to take long, but I'm going to get a sense of how much phyto oil this is going to be good for. And I see some petroleum on the way up. And we need to, yeah, we got polluted wire on this line, which is unfortunate. We don't want to use that for our liquid airlock. Let's do something about that. So we're now up to 87, 88. Gunk extraction. We haven't seemed to have a real big dent in our phyto oil. So looks like that's gonna last a good amount of time. So doing space travel, the only biggest risk I see is radiation poisoning. Are they even being impacted by that? Or maybe that's not something that affects bionic tubes, which would be really nice. Okay. Let's just go grab a regular tube. Absorption rad dose versus... Oh yeah. They can be. So I might want to do some medical compounding. Let's make, for a future mission, some of these guys. Liquid airlock trying to be created in here. Looks like it's a little bit too pressured in that zone though. We'll just come down here. Easier said than done maybe? Oh no, not really. Too bad. And we're sending in the bionic tubes only in this space. Noticing we are getting high stress. Stressed. Feeling the pressure. Oh, low morale. There's also, this is new in this update, thrilling flight, which gives us a +2 to morale, but they're not getting the washroom and all the other stuff, so that kind of makes sense. And their stress has slowly been going up. Just an extra 10% for having a thrilling flight with the benefit of morale. Okay, that 60% stress. We need to land this thing then. That's, I'm gonna have to think about how to handle that with my space flight, because I'm not gonna be able to simply just fly. Probably carpeted tiles, maybe. We'll see. Let's see. Let's set destination. Hopefully they'll be able to relax a bit. Let's go put some carpeted tiles where everyone is sleeping, including the... Oh, scientist! It's not your cot. What? Okay. Ecologist. Ah, I see. Scientists, you're supposed to be here. I figured at the beginning I assigned them their individual spots so I shouldn't have to worry, but we got like space travel and teleportation. Maybe I shouldn't have had that way. Let's make a priority of doing this. And Builder, who's stressed out because they were thrilled to be in space. What I'll do for them. Builder in here. Give them some sleep time. Oh, that's the other thing I could do. If dupes were... If I just had a dupe that had to do a lot of space travel, I could just get them to sleep a lot along the way. So now we're going to focus on red bolt propulsion. And fixing or finishing up our miniaturized nuclear power plant, mostly for creating red bolts. This is how I plan to send red bolts out of the system. Keep digging this area out, or opening this area up. So we've got this access way for regular dupes only. And this access way for bionic dupes, so that I can get the regular dupes to put on their Atmo suits when they go up in this zone. So we got a steel research reactor. Anything that needs to be made of steel here, just making a little bit of ceramic so that we can have a little insulated line that goes into this guy from here to here. So at priority, we're going to go into the research reactor. At lower priority, we'll dump on this guy for cooling. We'll keep this as regular tiles, and we better insulate underneath this thing. So making progress on our red bolt. Applied sciences. Yeah, we'll be able to, if we don't finish research by the time this is done, this can also be used for finishing research as well as filling our rocket. So now that I've got normal dupes that can wear their Atmo suits up here, I guess there's no need to restrict dupes in here, so they can help out with the construction of this research reactor area. Another flight up. We are just short by like the smallest number. Get a few data banks and then come right back down. So looking at this, I've got I want to start that nuclear reactor, but looking down here, uranium ore is out, so clearly it's not far away, but we're gonna have to go to this asteroid just to get a little bit of rich uranium to kick off this whole thing. So I think that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, but I might as well, as soon as I come back, take off for that mission right away, because while they have a dupe or two do that mission, the rest of the dupes can finish this construction. Anyway, that's my thinking so far. And what I'll hope to be able to do is finish the research, get a red bolt rocket built with a telescope on it, find out where the asteroid that I need to go to is, land there, bring back the Moo, convert that Moo to a Musk, Husky Moo or whatever it was. Let me check. Already forgotten. Husky Moo. And figure out exactly how it works. All right.